Hey guys, it's Paige. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be reading some Reddit stories. We're gonna start off with, am I the asshole? So here we go. Mother ruined our family, in quotations, vacation within 24 hours. Okay. 36 male, period. I don't exactly know how to say this other than within 24 hours of going on vacation, my motjet, I think he meant to type mother, my mother managed to ruin the vibes of the vacation, and now we're all on edge. Ooh, mama. Some background. I have not lived at home for a long time now. I try to keep the peace by calling my parents, mostly my mother, because I know if I don't, they will start screaming and gaslighting me that I don't love them if I don't call them. If you've ever been in a very toxic family dynamic, or if you have a narcissistic parent or multiple narcissistic parents, you could probably empathize with that. Anyways, around February, my mother tells me they are going on vacation in June to Hawaii. I thought, cool, have fun. However, that was not the answer she wanted. She insisted I go, which after some thinking, I said, okay, sure, fuck it. I haven't had a vacation in nearly 5 years. That's crazy because I went on a vacation to Hawaii in June with my family, and So the week rolls around, and when I arrive, my mother immediately starts yelling about how nobody is making plans but her. My father and I try to explain we are here to relax and just go with the flow, but of course she won't. She is now whipped up into a screaming temper tantrum, which if you have ever seen a 70-year-old white woman throw a temper tantrum, it is like a giant toddler that throws slurs. My father immediately goes into survival mode of just shutting down and telling, okay, do whatever you want. I try to tell her she needs to stop, but of course she doesn't listen. Oh my gosh. Okay. After about an hour, she finally calms down, mainly thanks to her chugging a bottle of wine. Alcoholism. That is actually a thing, by the way. Like, people who fucking drink every single night, they will be all pissy until they get their drink. Like, it's actually a thing. And it's kind of sad, but it's true. Like, even if you start drinking every day and you don't realize you're becoming an alcoholic, it affects your body and your brain that way. Like, you become addicted to it over time. And then if you have something fucking wrong with you, like this lady who clearly needs therapy, but she sounds like she's probably part of that generation that thinks therapy is oh, I'm not gonna go to a shrink. I'm not crazy. Anyways, alcohol and mental problems do not combine well. A 70-year-old woman having a fucking temper tantrum. Yikes, she might be beyond help at that point. You're 70? Can you train an old dog new tricks? I don't know. I don't think so. I'd say chug your bottle of wine, Granny, and go the fuck to bed. Shut the fuck up. I was hoping that would be the end of it, but my father decided that he wanted to then go down for ice cream. As soon as my mom heard this, she went into another frenzy of how she doesn't want any and how my father only thinks of himself. Granted, it was only 8 p.m. Okay. I finally tell her that if she doesn't want any, she can stay at the hotel and we could go. which as soon as those words left my lips, I knew I was going to regret it, since she immediately started saying no one loved her and how we were going to make her lose her legs to diabetes. At which I rolled my eyes and started to leave when she came out of her room, fully dressed, magically ready to go. Still, I could tell she was pissed because the entire time she walked out, she would take hard steps and swing her purse as hard as she could. Girl, what? What do you mean by that? Like, swing her purse as hard as she could and take hard steps. Okay, girl. When we helped her to the car, she gave a fake thank you that had enough fake Southern charm that it was being slapped in the face. Okay, I think you meant when we helped her into the car, she gave a fake thank you that had enough fake Southern charm that it was like being slapped in the face. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. What do you mean? Like, I don't know. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. When we finally got to the place, I asked what she wanted and she said nothing. Well, yeah, she doesn't want anything. She doesn't want to lose her legs to diabetes. How dare you? God. Okay. Which I then double checked again and she said nothing. So my father and I got something, and wouldn't you guess, she immediately got mad we didn't get her anything despite us checking before. For the rest of the night, it had been very tense, and I can tell this is how it was going to be the entire rest of the vacation. Okay, edit/update. After posting this, so far she has done the following. Oh my God. Okay, Granny, let's go. This is his mom, by the way. Not his granny. I don't know why I'm calling her Granny. She's flipped off multiple people that looked at her. Okay. Screamed at the top of her lungs at the car that was too Obama coded. What? What do you mean? Did they have like Obama decals on the outside of their car? What are you talking about? Like, too Obama coded? What? What the fuck does that even mean, bro? Fuck. I want an Obama car. Try to guilt me into saying she gave up her life after a car wreck she was in and yell at my father for suggesting a trip to West Maui. I am pretty much convinced my mother is bipolar. Okay, yeah, I don't think you should talk to your mom. Like, this is just my opinion, but she's old enough to know better. She's old enough to have gotten help for her issues at this point. She's old enough to know that this behavior isn't acceptable for a person of her age. I mean, unless she has like dementia or something, because that's absolutely ridiculous. You don't fucking treat people that way. Like, screaming at people is abusive. And of course, I don't know like the full story. Like, maybe you guys were picking at her and pissing her off. However, I don't think that's an excuse to act that way, and that sounds miserable. That sounds fucking horrible to be around. Like, let's just chill and go with the flow. Like, what the fuck? I understand maybe, like, you know, we're on vacation. I have like a handful of things that I want to do. Maybe we could try to fit these in somewhere. But going on vacation and immediately expecting everybody else to cater to you and like without expressing your needs, girl, you are 70 years old. What are you fucking doing? Like, chill the fuck out. eat some fucking ice cream. Eat some ube ice cream because they have some goddamn delicious ube ice cream in Hawaii, okay? Shout out Dave's ice cream. Shit's so good. Anyways. Sounds like a miserable person. I'm sorry for you and your family, and I feel bad for your dad unless he's just equally as miserable and that's why he's with her still. So, I don't know. Moving on. Okay. This one might be a little, I think this might be a trigger warning. Toxic parents and abusive parents. So, yeah. This one's shorter though. This one's a little shorter. I don't know if it's quite as juicy as the last one, but okay. Anyways, this is from r/toxicparents. How do you cope with the constant fights and criticism as an adult who can't move out? I'm sure quite a few of us have been in that situation, especially recently because the economy fucking sucks. And I just now at 25, with the help of my partner, have been able to afford my own place. And having a full-time job barely cuts it. So anyways, I'm sure a lot of us have experienced this lately. I'm 21 female, currently a student, in a bad financial situation, and just all around can't afford to move out and probably won't be for another few years. However, my father constantly fights and he always finds a way to drag me into it. For example, today my mom used too much dish soap. My parents aren't poor, for context, they are average middle class. This escalated into a full-blown fight about how I don't talk to him enough. What? Okay. Your mom using too much dish soap? Too much dish soap escalated into a fight about how you don't talk to your dad enough? What? Okay. I'm not sure where the segue is there, but okay. Interesting. Okie dokie. Okay. We've had a very strained relationship since childhood because I was emotionally neglected by him for most of my early childhood, and since I turned 17, he wanted the father-daughter relationship from movies. So he's trying to push me into liking him and spending time with him. That's not how it works, buddy. Hey, dude, girl's dad, if you're watching, that is not how that works, okay? You can't just magically show up in your kid's life and act like you've known them forever. Yeah, you might have aided in the process of making them, but if you haven't been in their life for years, they don't owe you anything. They don't owe you shit. Okay? Anyways. By yelling. And blaming me and mom for our relationship, by screaming at me how much of a bad daughter I am, that I won't give him the good relationship he wishes he had. And the worst thing is that I've been living with the constant anxiety for a few years now about a fight erupting. I can basically feel the tension in the air hours before the fight. This is making my life very difficult. And my question is, can I actually live normally here? Is there any way I can make my life easier and more bearable? Well, I don't think you can live normally there. To answer your first question, if you're living with someone like that in the same household as you, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to live normally and be comfortable. Sadly, you're going to have to do things a little bit differently. You're going to probably want to plan your schedule around seeing that man as little as possible. Any chance that you have to get away from the house, or like, I don't know where you live. I don't know like if the weather is nice there, if there's a way, like if you have a vehicle, if you can get out of the house, if you have friends. Like, I would say the best way is to just avoid contact completely, since right now you don't have the means to get out of that situation. Secondly, I would say just stay out of the house as much as you can. Like, go to the park, go to the library, go like literally anywhere. If you have friends, go to your friend's house. Just try to stay as busy as you can, like with school, with work, with hobbies, gym, whatever. Just try to avoid those people as much as you can. Even like meals, unfortunately, you probably should start like planning, maybe like keep your snacks in your room, or like just eat by yourself when you can, so that you don't have to be around that person. And then another thing, like if you do have friends that can come over, like have your friends over, because I feel like people like that are less likely to start a fight when there's other people around. And I feel like that's just a fact. So I'm really sorry that you're dealing with that, because yeah, it's hard right now. Like, it's hard to afford shit in this world, in this economy right now. Like, so I don't know. Another thing, maybe like, it's not easy, but there is options online to look for people who want to be your roommate. Like, and it's a lot more affordable with roommates, and something like that might be better than dealing with what you're dealing with now, living with this POS. But yeah, I'm sorry. Next story. All right, guys, last story for today. Also, don't mind the bare walls. Like I said, we just moved in here, and like I said in the last story, the economy is rough right now. So hopefully soon I'll be able to afford some art for my walls. Yeah. Anyways, last story. This was posted on r/Am I the Asshole? Am I the asshole for booking our own lodging last minute instead of staying at an Airbnb with the rest of my extended family? First off, I would say no, just because I like my space. I'm sorry, I love my family, but I don't always want to be around them 24/7, and like, I'm just off the bat, I'm gonna say no. Let's get into it. My family is going to a wedding this weekend in a small beach town. Months ago, we started looking at houses where all of us could stay together. The goal was to be close to the wedding venue and the beach, because that's the whole reason we're spending the weekend there. It wasn't easy to find a house for rent in the town that could fit everyone. My mom clearly wanted to handle it despite not being able to find much. For context, my husband and I have a 1-year-old son, so travel is a lot different for us now. While we're flexible and easygoing, we're limited by his naps and bedtime. Yeah, like just having a 1-year-old in general. Without really discussing it with any of us, my mom booked a rustic cabin in the woods about 30 minutes from the wedding and the beach. She didn't send us the listing beforehand or ask what we thought, she just booked it. My mom has a pattern of impulsively booking things without doing her due diligence. Today, I looked at the listing more closely. I realized it really doesn't seem like a good setup for us. There are only 3 bedrooms. While there are 3 couples and a baby going, the basement bedroom, the only one that looks like it has enough room for the pack and play, has a walkout sliding door and appears to have unfinished trim / exposed insulation around the door. That ain't safe for a baby, bro. Your baby's gonna be like, goo goo gaga. Oh, look at this little. Oh, mm-mm. Okay? Come on. Come on, mama. Okay, I want to say so much right now, but I feel like I'm gonna finish the story. I'm gonna finish it. Okay. Okay. The upstairs bedroom doesn't appear to have a door and is super small. The upstairs office that my mom suggested my son could sleep in isn't actually a room. It's an open loft at the top of the stairs with a desk. She also told me there was a playroom where my son could sleep, but there isn't. There are just some board games in one of the bedrooms, and she assumed it was a playroom from the pictures. She clearly didn't spend enough time reviewing the accommodations before booking. On top of that, being 30 minutes away changes the entire weekend. Every trip to the beach or into town becomes an hour-round trip. With a 1-year-old who still naps, that means we're either driving constantly or missing out on the reason we came. We know we'll probably want to be in town at least once a day. To make matters worse, we literally just got back from another trip with our son, and it was exhausting. I feel completely burned out, knowing I have to pack everything up again in 2 days. I really want accommodations that make traveling with a baby easier. The frustrating part is that I had originally suggested staying at a bed and breakfast that's only 5 minutes from the beach and wedding, but my mom dismissed the idea. I checked today. They still have a room available. The room also has a sitting room to the side that would be perfect for my son to sleep. I'm thinking about booking that room just for me, my husband, and our son, while my parents, my brother, and his girlfriend stay at the cabin. I feel guilty because I know my mom may have her feelings hurt, but I also wish she had talked to us before booking a place that affects all of us. It feels like she made a decision for everyone, and now we're trying to make it work after the fact. Am I the asshole if we stay at the B&B instead of the cabin? No. No. To clarify, I offered to pay for our portion of the house, and my mom said not to worry about it. So it makes no financial difference. Plus, with the 4 of them, the 2 adequate bedrooms will still be occupied, and no one will have to sleep in the basement bedroom. Also, I booked a room for us to stay so that we can walk to the beach wedding in downtown. I feel super relieved. Girl. Yeah, so the first comment says, I feel guilty because I know my mom may have her feelings hurt. Did she give a moment's thought to your feelings, your actual requirements, or for accommodation now that you have a young baby with you? No, she didn't. Exactly. Your mom did not care. She didn't even care to ask for your opinion in the first place. She didn't even care enough to make sure it was a safe place for a baby. She sounds very selfish. She cares more about, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I would be pissed. Like, that's so fucking stupid. Like, how are you gonna do that? Like, seriously? You should be helping me with my baby. Like, you should be helping me as a grandparent, but instead you're making things 10 times more difficult and then guilting me when I'm trying to make it easier on myself. I wouldn't feel like an asshole at all. Like, that literally would just make it 10 times more difficult for everybody. She should feel like the asshole for not considering anybody else's accommodations. She's the asshole. Oh boy. Well, that was fun. Maybe next time you see me, I will have some stuff on my walls. Probably not, but my neighbors just got home, so you could probably hear them. But bye everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time.